hey, we're all in this together.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to let them know that I was with them no matter what. And I just wanted to, yeah, like you talked about, I just want to reinforce, like, we're one team, one unit. And the best teams at Iowa are one team, one unit. I feel like anytime that there's a division in a team, like, that's just going to lead to splintering and just lead to bad things down the road. So right now we're just trying to take it one day at a time, stay as one unit, have a really good prep this week for Iowa State, and I'm just super excited for Saturday. So.
Any good lessons from or speeches from Coach Ferris to start the week that resonated? I know, Iowa's had some disappointing openers before, as a team, and bounced back very well the next week.
Yeah, no, Coach Ferris just said, I mean, you got to take it one practice at a time. You can't look too far ahead. And that's kind of what we've been doing. We're just trying to have the best Tuesday and the best Wednesday of the season, and that's going to continue every single week. But just really focusing on having our best practice that day. Coach also kind of, we shared about the team in, I think, 09 with you and I. And Adrian Claiborne was back in the building. He was just walking around, and he was just sharing that with KF, and that's the reason KF shared that with us. So, but right now we're just really focused on Iowa State, and no matter what happens, we're going to go out there and let it rip on Saturday. So.
Jack, apologies if this was asked. What have you seen from Hunter Deckers on film? What impresses you, and what makes him dangerous in your opinion?
No, he's a really good at what he does. He's a left-handed quarterback, kind of unique in that aspect, but he's a very talented player. He can make a lot of different throws. He can use his feet as well, so just unique in that aspect, and he'll be a challenge, and we're just excited to get a lineup against that Saturday. But overall, he's a really solid player. So.
He's got pretty good arm strength, maybe a little better than his predecessor did. How does that impact you as far as depth goes in your drops, just because he can maybe get it over your head a little bit more than?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a guy that can sling the ball like he can, I mean, just having that in the back of your mind, trying to get a little bit more depth to get underneath those deeper, almost like sail routes and ends that they're trying to throw. Like, I would say that it's going to be important this week, and it's important every week. But yeah, I mean, he just creates a tough challenge. But we're going to face it head on, and it all starts on the practice field, like I said earlier. And right now, that's what we're doing. Just coming out with a great attitude every single day and giving great effort. But yeah, like you said, we just got to keep that kind of in the back of our mind to be able to get underneath those throws that he's going to want to make. So.
When I did that summer story, I remember your dad saying you really weren't an Iowa fan growing up, which is, you would think, like, hey, Eastern Iowa kids. Yeah. So what does the Cy-Hawk game mean? Like, how has that transition for you personally? How much this means?
So I mean, I grew up a UNI fan because my father played there, but so I really had no correlation with Iowa or Iowa State, but my friends did, and I just know from my experience. I mean, being from Iowa, like in middle school and high school, like it was just a battle between Iowa and Iowa State fans, and it's like just something that brings the whole state together, which I think is pretty cool. And then during the game, like it's a rivalry game. It's an in-state rivalry, so it's just pretty cool to be a part of that, and just get to see how one thing can bring a bunch of Iowans together. While we're on the field, they probably won't be friends, but hopefully afterwards, all the fans can get along. So.
I'm wondering, have you developed that animosity now that you've been here for 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I would just say, like, my approach is, like, it's just everything's the biggest game that I've played in. Like, last week against South Dakota State was the biggest game I've played in. Now, this week, the biggest game, and then I'm not even looking ahead, but just every single game is like the biggest game for me, and that's, I feel like, the approach you got to have, because I feel like if you treat a game differently, there's just the next week there will either be a letdown, or it's just, I feel like that's just not the right mindset to have. So I feel like you just got to approach every single game and every single opportunity you have in Kinnick on Saturdays as the biggest game of my life. So.
Thanks, Jack.